Hello and welcome back to JBC English Learning Academy. My name is Laura, and I'm here to guide you on your journey to clear, confident, and natural English. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a lesson. Your support truly helps this channel grow. Alright, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin today's session. Let me take you to a moment that almost every English learner knows. A moment that feels confusing, stressful, and maybe even a little scary. A moment when English suddenly becomes too fast to follow. Maybe you are on a bus or at work or watching a movie. Everything is normal, everything is calm. And then someone starts speaking English. But not slow English. Not classroom English. Not teacher voice English. No, they speak real English. Fast English. You hear the words, but they fly by like birds in the sky. You try to catch them one by one, but they disappear before your brain can touch them. You think, wait, what did they say? Was that one word? 2 words? Why does it sound like one long sound? And before you finish thinking, the next sentence arrives. Then the next. And suddenly you feel lost. Welcome back to JBC English Learning Academy, my friend. Today, I want to take you on a special journey. A listening journey. A story journey. And a practice journey. A journey designed to help you understand fast native English speakers. Not by memorizing rules, not by learning difficult grammar, but by listening to a simple story in clear, slow English, and slowly discovering the secrets of fast English inside that story. All you have to do is sit back, relax, listen, and speak with me. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to stay with me. I'll guide you through everything step by step, like a friend walking beside you. So let's begin with a small story. A simple story. A story about a person named Sam. Sam is just like you. He knows English. He practices sometimes. He watches YouTube videos and listens to people speak. But every time he hears fast English, he freezes. His brain stops. His ears become tired. His confidence drops. And in the story today, Sam faces one moment that changes everything. One moment that shows him and shows you how to understand fast English in everyday life. Picture the scene. Sam is sitting in a small coffee shop. It's early morning. The sun is soft and slow, just like the quiet music inside the cafe. Sam is holding a warm cup of coffee in his hands, enjoying a peaceful moment. He likes this cafe. He likes the smell of coffee, the sound of the milk steaming, the soft laughter from people sitting at the tables. Everything feels comfortable. Everything feels safe. But then something happens. The door opens. A man walks in. He looks busy, in a hurry. He talks fast, very fast. He goes to the counter and says something to the barista. Sam wants to understand. He listens carefully. He leans forward. He waits for the first word. But when the man speaks, Sam hears something like this. Hahawig talit te afimab samli. Sam freezes. What? He thinks. What language is that? Is that English? That can't be English. How can that be English? I didn't hear any words. The man continues speaking. He talks about his order, about his morning, about his meeting. He talks fast, smoothly, without stopping. The sounds connect together. Words join into one long chain. Sam sits there confused. He feels embarrassed. He thinks, why is my English not good enough? I studied for years. I understand English on YouTube. I understand my teacher. I understand slow English. Why is this so hard? Maybe you have felt the same. Maybe you have had moments where you understood nothing. Maybe you have felt like English is impossible. But here is a secret. Even native speakers sometimes have trouble understanding fast speech, especially from people with different accents. Yes, really. Fast English is difficult even for native speakers. It is not your fault. It is not your weakness. It is not a sign that you are bad at English. It simply means you have not yet learned how to listen to real everyday English. Back to our story. Sam looks at the barista. She smiles. She understands everything. She answers quickly, happily. The conversation continues. And Sam thinks, how? How can she understand something that sounds like one long sound? But then something surprising happens. The barista notices Sam. She walks to his table with a warm smile. She says, "Good morning. How are you today?" And Sam freezes again. But this time not because of speed. This time because someone is talking to him. He smiles nervously. I'm good," he says. "Thank you." "You look a little confused," she says kindly. "Are you okay?" Sam hesitates. Should he tell her the truth? Should he say that he did not understand anything the fast-talking man said? Should he say that fast English scares him? He thinks for a moment. Then he says softly, I didn't understand that man. He spoke so fast." The barista laughs gently. Not a laugh to make fun of him. A friendly, warm laugh. "Honestly," she says, "he speaks fast for me too. He comes here every morning and talks faster than a train." Sam is surprised. "Really? You think he speaks too fast too?" "Oh, absolutely," she says. "But the more I hear him, the more my ears get used to it. And your ears will too. Your ears will get used to it." This simple sentence stays in Sam's mind. And maybe it stays in your mind too. Because this is the first big secret of understanding fast English. You do not understand fast English because your ears are not used to it yet. Not because you are bad. Not because you are weak. Not because you are slow. Just because your ears need time. They need practice. They need exposure. The barista gives Sam his coffee and walks back to the counter. And Sam sits there thinking. He listens again. The man is still talking, still fast, still smooth. But now, Sam hears something small. Something tiny. Not everything, just one word. He hears coffee. A second later, he hears today. A few seconds later, he hears meeting. 3 words. Only 3. But to Sam it feels like a victory. I want you to experience that same feeling today, the feeling of seeing through the fog. The feeling of finally catching words. The feeling of slowly, naturally, and confidently understanding English the way native speakers speak it. So in this lesson, as we continue, I want you to follow Sam's journey. I want you to listen with your heart open, not your mind stressed. I want you to relax, breathe, and enjoy the story. Because when your brain is calm, it listens better. When you feel happy, you understand more. And when you enjoy English, you learn faster. Soon, Sam will discover more secrets. Secrets like why fast English sounds fast, why native speakers join words together, why some sounds disappear completely, and how you can train your ears to catch them easily. But before that, I want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever wanted to say, "I understand English now," and truly mean it? If the answer is yes, then stay with me. This story is your story. Sam's problems are your problems. Sam's journey is your journey. And Sam's victory can be your victory too. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders. Smile. And let your mind get ready for this listening adventure. Because now the journey begins. Let's go back to Sam, sitting in the small cafe, holding his warm cup of coffee. The morning is still soft and gentle. The music is still slow. But something inside Sam has changed. A small door inside his mind has opened. A new idea has appeared. A simple idea, but a powerful one. Maybe fast English is not impossible. Maybe my ears can learn. Maybe I can do this. He looks around the cafe again. The man who talked fast is now sitting by the window. He is typing something on his laptop, drinking his coffee, and talking on the phone. And again he speaks quickly. The sounds move fast like water. Sometimes the sounds are clear. Sometimes they are smooth. Sometimes they disappear. But this time Sam doesn't feel afraid. This time he tries something else. He listens with curiosity, not with fear. Curiosity opens your ears. Fear closes them. Sam tries to focus, but not too hard. He lets the sounds come to him. He doesn't try to catch every word. He doesn't try to translate in his mind. He just listens softly, calmly. And suddenly he notices something new. Something he never paid attention to before. The fast-speaking man is not actually speaking every word clearly. He is not pronouncing every sound loudly. He is not separating the words like in a classroom. Instead, the words connect. They blend. They melt together. And sometimes tiny sounds disappear completely. Sam sits up straight, interested. Is this why English feels so fast? He thinks. Because the words connect? Yes. That is one of the biggest secrets of fast English. When you learn English in a classroom or from a textbook, you hear these sentences. How are you? What do you want to do today? I am going to meet my friend. Every word is separate, clear, clean, slow. But native speakers do not talk like this. When they speak normally, the words connect. How are you becomes how are ya? What do you want to do becomes what I wanna do. I am going to meet my friend becomes I'm gonna meet my friend. For beginners, this connecting sound feels like one long word. But it is not one word. It is many words tied together like a long rope. You can think of fast English like a train. Each word is a train car. When the train is slow, you see each car clearly. When the train is fast, you only see a long shape. But the cars are still there. The words are still there. You just need to train your eyes, or in this case your ears, to see the train differently. Sam remembers something his English teacher once said. Native speakers are lazy with their mouths, she said, laughing. They don't like to move their mouths too much. So they reduce sounds, they connect words, and they skip small parts. Sam didn't understand it back then. But now, watching the fast-speaking man, he finally understands. The man isn't speaking fast because he wants to confuse anyone. He's speaking fast because that's how people naturally speak when they feel comfortable. In your language too, you do the same thing. You speak fast to friends. You skip sounds. You connect words. You shorten phrases. You make everything smooth. If someone studied your language from a textbook, they would be confused too when they hear you speak naturally. This means something important. You already understand fast speech, just not in English yet. Sam keeps listening. Slowly, he starts hearing little pieces. One phrase here. One word there. Not everything, but something. And that something grows every minute. He hears gonna. He hears kinda. He hears wanna. He hears right now. He hears I think so. These phrases appear like small lights in the darkness. Not enough to see the whole picture, but enough to know where he is. This is how listening works. It is not a sudden explosion of understanding. It is a slow sunrise. First, everything is dark. Then tiny lights appear. Then more. Then slowly the whole world becomes clear. But to understand why English sounds fast, Sam needs to learn one more big secret. A secret that almost no English learner pays attention to. The secret is this. Native speakers do not speak fast. They speak connected. There is a big difference between fast and connected. Fast means the speed is very quick. Connected means the words are linked together. Most of the time, native speakers are not speaking fast. They are simply connecting many words into one long sound. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine I say, I want to ask you a question. Slow English. I want to ask that. Connected English. I want to ask you a question. Did you hear the difference? One version is slow and clear. The other version is smooth and connected. Sounds faster, but it is not faster. Just feels faster. Now imagine Sam sitting there thinking about this. He remembers a sentence he heard earlier from the fast-speaking man. He tries to remember how it sounded. He repeats it in his head. Sounded like, Gadget has done beaten. First it felt like one long strange word. Impossible to understand. But now that Sam is thinking about connected speech, he tries to break it. He tries to separate the train cars. He says softly to himself, Gadget. Suddenly everything makes sense. It wasn't one long word. It was 7 simple words. All connected. Sam feels something change inside him. A small spark of confidence. A tiny feeling of, oh, maybe I can understand English after all. That feeling makes him sit taller. Makes him smile a little. Makes him want to learn more. This is the beginning of confidence. Not when you know everything, but when you realize you can understand more than you thought. Sam takes a deep breath. He listens again. The man continues talking on his phone. And now something amazing happens. Sam hears another phrase. Let me see. He knows this phrase. Let me see. Then he hears another. Don't want to go. He knows this too. Do not want to go. Then he hears another. Could you tell him? He thinks carefully. Could you tell him? Another. That's fine. That's fine. One more. Come here. Come here. Each phrase is like a key. Each key opens a small door. And behind each door is a new piece of understanding. For the first time in his life, Sam feels like he is understanding fast English. Not perfectly, not completely, but enough. Enough to feel hopeful. Enough to feel strong. Enough to feel excited about learning. He doesn't understand every word. He doesn't need to. Understanding fast English is not about hearing every word. It is about catching enough words to understand the meaning. That is how real-life listening works. Inside the cafe, the morning is getting brighter. The sun is now reaching across the tables. People are coming in and out. The sound of the doorbell mixes with the warm smell of coffee. The world feels alive and busy. And Sam feels alive too. He looks at the barista again. She is making drinks, smiling at customers, moving quickly, speaking naturally. She says things like, here why go? Have a nice day. Next in line. 1 second. Coming right up. Simple phrases. Everyday English. Real English. The English you hear in the real world, not in textbooks. Sam listens. He repeats some of them in his mind. He tries to imitate the sound. Here why go? 1 second. Coming right up. That's fine. Each time he repeats it, the sounds feel more natural in his mouth. And when the sounds feel natural in your mouth, they become easier to hear in your ears. Speaking and listening are twins. When one grows stronger, the other grows too. As Sam practices in his mind, something beautiful happens. The fear inside him gets smaller. The curiosity gets bigger. His ears begin to open. His brain begins to relax. And when the brain relaxes, it hears more. He remembers the barista's words. Your ears will get used to it. He repeats them softly to himself. My ears will get used to it. And now Sam feels ready. Ready to learn the next big secret, the one that changes the entire way he listens. But that secret is coming soon. For now, Sam takes another sip of his coffee. It is warm. It is comforting. Feels like a fresh start. He looks around the cafe, smiles softly, and whispers, I can understand fast English more than I thought. The cafe is now brighter. More people are coming in. The smell of fresh pastries fills the air. Cups make soft sounds on the counter. The morning has fully begun. And Sam, sitting there with his coffee, feels something new inside him. Curiosity, excitement, and a quiet confidence he didn't have before. He looks around and thinks, maybe I can understand English. Maybe I just need to learn how native speakers really talk. Not the English from textbooks. Not the English from school. Not the English spoken slowly by teachers. But real English. Everyday English. Connected English. Natural English. He thinks about the fast-speaking man, the barista, the customers. Their English sounds smooth, light, soft, warm, almost like a melody. Some sounds are clear. Some sounds are small. Some sounds disappear. And some sounds change shape completely. These are the hidden sounds of English, the sounds you never learned in school. The sounds that make native English seem fast. The sounds that make sentences feel confusing. The sounds that make learners freeze and think, I don't understand anything. But here is something important. Once you understand these hidden sounds, everything becomes easier. You start hearing English not as noise but as messages. Not as speed but as rhythm. Not as a problem but as a pattern. Sam is about to discover these hidden sounds. And so are you. Let's imagine Sam listening again to the fast-speaking man. The man is still on his phone talking quickly. But now Sam is not scared. He is curious. He listens carefully, paying attention not to the words, but to the sounds between the words. And he notices something surprising. Native speakers often remove sounds. For example, instead of I don't know, he hears I know. Instead of he told me, he hears he told me. Instead of I want to go, he hears I want to go. Instead of give me that, he hears gimme that. Sam never learned these in class. No teacher ever said, okay students, today we will remove half of the sounds. But this is exactly what native speakers do. Why? Because it's faster. Because it's easier. Because it feels natural. Softening, shrinking, connecting. This is how everyday English works. Sam feels his eyes widen a little. His brain is waking up. His ears are opening. He listens again, and now he hears another pattern. Sometimes native speakers change sounds completely. For example, want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. Got to becomes gotta. Let me becomes lemme. Give me becomes gimme. Tell them becomes tell 'em. Of him becomes of 'em. It is not that they want to confuse people. It is simply the natural shape of informal English. Sam thinks, why didn't anyone tell me this before? Why didn't my books teach me the sounds I will actually hear? But then he smiles. Because now he knows. Now he understands why English sounded like one big sound before. Now he knows where the missing sounds went. Now he can start listening in a new way. As he listens, he notices something else. Sometimes native speakers add sounds when they connect words. This is surprising. You would think that removing sounds makes speech fast. But adding sounds also helps speech flow more smoothly. For example, how are you? Becomes how are ya? Do it becomes do it. Go on becomes goin'. See it becomes see it. Know it becomes know it. These tiny sounds, oo and others, help the mouth move faster and more easily between words. Sam never learned this rule, but he hears it clearly now. It feels like he has discovered a secret door inside the English language. And behind that door, everything sounds different. Now he knows why English felt confusing. Now he knows why fast English felt impossible. Now he knows why he couldn't catch the words. It was not because he was bad at English. It was because English changes in real life. Words are not fixed. Sounds are not fixed. Speaking is alive. Speaking is flexible. Speaking bends and moves and flows like a river. Sam takes another sip of his coffee. It tastes better now, maybe because he is more relaxed or maybe because he is enjoying this new discovery. He looks around and begins to listen again, not to sentences but to sound shapes. He hears the barista say, "Morning. What I need?" He breaks it in his mind. "What do you need?" He hears a customer reply, "Just a latte." But the customer says, "Just a latte." He hears another customer say, "Could I get the muffin?" But they say, "S'ould I get the muffin?" Sam feels a small laugh escape his mouth. "No wonder I didn't understand before," he thinks. They're speaking a different version of English. The natural version. This realization is important and deep. There is classroom English. And there is everyday English. If you learned only classroom English, fast English will feel like another language. But once you learn everyday English, everything changes. Sam listens again and now he hears something new: weak sounds. In English, small words like to, for, and of, and at often become tiny, soft, quiet sounds. To becomes ta. For becomes fair. And becomes en. Of becomes of. At becomes at or a. Sam starts to hear these soft sounds everywhere in the cafe. They are like little whispers that keep the sentences smooth. For example, I have to go becomes I have to go. Want to come becomes wanna come. Give it to me becomes give it him. A lot of people becomes a lotta people. Kind of tired becomes kinda tired. Every time Sam hears one of these soft sounds, he feels excited, because each one is a clue that helps him understand the real rhythm of English. Sam begins to see English as music. Each word is a note. Each sentence is a melody. Each conversation is a song. And now he is learning the rhythm, the hidden rhythm. As he listens, the cafe becomes a classroom. But not a classroom with desks and chairs. A classroom with real people and real voices. And Sam is the only student. The world is his teacher. Outside the window, the morning becomes brighter. The sky is a soft blue. People are walking quickly, going to work, talking on the phone. All around him is English, real English, fast English, connected English. And for the first time, Sam doesn't feel like a stranger in this world. He feels like a student, a listener, a code breaker, a language detective. He looks at the fast-speaking man again. The man is still talking quickly, but now Sam can catch more words. His ears are becoming sharper. His brain is becoming calmer. He catches. Gonna. S fine. Lem know. Whatcha think? Dunno. Alright, probably. See ya. Sounds good. He hears them clearly now. Not perfectly, but clearly enough. And that is the goal. Not perfection, clarity. Enough clarity to understand the message. Sam feels happy. He feels like he has discovered a new superpower. Listening to hidden sounds. And with every minute, that power grows stronger. The barista looks at him from behind the counter and smiles. She can see the little spark in his eyes, the spark of understanding. She walks over to him with a soft smile and says, "You know, you're listening really well." Sam is surprised. "Really?" "Yes," she says. "I can see it. You're not scared anymore. You're curious. That's the magic key." Sam smiles shyly. "I think I'm starting to understand more." "That's how it starts," she says. "A little today, a little more tomorrow, and one day everything clicks." He nods, thinking about her words. Everything clicks. She walks away to help the next customer, and Sam sits there feeling warm inside. He thinks about the journey ahead, the listening, the practice, the patience. He feels ready, because now he knows the truth. Native English is not fast. Native English is connected. Native English is flexible. Native English has hidden sounds, and now he can hear them. Sam looks out the window once more. The world feels beautiful, busy, alive, full of voices, full of sounds, full of meaning. He takes a deep breath and whispers to himself, I can learn this. I can understand this. I can understand fast English. And this is just the beginning of his transformation. The cafe grows quieter for a moment. Not silent, but softer. The fast-speaking man ends his phone call. The barista steps into the back room for a minute. The customers sit peacefully with their drinks. And Sam finally has a moment to breathe. He holds his coffee cup in both hands and gently closes his eyes. For the first time in a long time, he feels calm when thinking about English. No stress, no fear, no pressure, just curiosity, just interest, just a small feeling inside his chest whispering, you can understand English. Just keep listening. Sam opens his eyes slowly and realizes something important. Listening is not only about ears. Listening is about attention, feelings, and focus. Listening is about training the brain to relax and receive sound. Listening is about patience. Listening is about trust in yourself. He looks around the cafe again. The soft music plays in the background. The machines hum. The doorbell rings every few minutes as people come and go. Each sound is clear, clean, easy to understand. But English was not always like this. English was noise. English was stress. English was a puzzle with missing pieces. And now everything feels different. Sam smiles. A small smile, but a real one. Because he knows he is changing. Not fast, not suddenly, but slowly, gently, naturally, the same way a tree grows, the same way the sun rises, the same way a river moves. Now, with confidence rising inside him like warm steam, Sam decides to begin a little exercise. A listening exercise. Something simple but powerful. Something that will change the way he hears English forever. He decides to listen without panic. This may sound easy, but for many learners it is not. When English starts moving quickly, the brain panics. The heart beats faster. The thoughts start shouting, I don't understand. It's too fast. Oh no, I'm lost. What did they say? And when panic starts, listening stops. But Sam is different today. Today, he wants to train his ears in a new way. He takes a slow breath in and a slow breath out. He listens again, softly, calmly, gently. In the corner of the cafe, two women are talking. Their English is natural, fast, connected, smooth. The kind of English that used to scare Sam. But today he tries something new. He listens only for meaning, not for every word. He listens to the emotion in their voices. He listens to the rhythm of the sentences. He listens to the way their pitch rises and falls. He does not try to understand every word. He does not try to translate. He does not try to analyze. He just listens like listening to music. And something surprising happens. Even though he doesn't hear every single word, he understands the situation. One woman is talking about her busy day. The other is talking about her plans for the weekend. Their English is fast, but their meaning is not hidden. Sam starts to smile. This is the secret, he thinks. You don't need every word. You just need the message. He remembers a sentence his teacher once said. You listen for the message, not the dictionary. But he didn't understand it then. Now he does. After a few minutes of quiet listening, Sam decides to take the next step. A more powerful step. A life-changing step. He decides to practice active listening. Active listening is different from passive listening. Passive listening is watching English videos while your mind travels somewhere else. Active listening is focusing fully mind, ears, heart on the sound. Sam turns slightly in his seat and listens to the barista as she returns to the counter. She greets the next customer warmly. Hey, good morning. What ya need today? Sam hears it clearly. Not because she slowed down, but because he slowed down. He is not fighting the sounds anymore. He is following them. The customer replies, can I get a medium latte and, maybe one of those muffins? Sam catches can I get, but he hears it as can I get. He catches one of those, but he hears one of those. He catches maybe, soft and quick. He understands. Not perfectly, but easily enough. Then the barista says, sure thing. Coming right up. Sam repeats it in his mind. Coming right up. And he smiles. The barista turns and prepares the drink. The sound of steaming milk fills the cafe again. Sam listens to the hiss of the machine, the clink of the cups, the soft tapping of the coffee grinder. He listens to every sound as if the world is teaching him how to hear. Then he asks himself a question. What if listening is not about understanding everything, but about understanding more than yesterday? He thinks about this deeply. Yesterday English scared him. Today English surprises him. Tomorrow English might feel easy. All he needs is time. Time and training. Training his ears every day little by little. Sam takes another sip of coffee and thinks about the next step in ear training. Something he has heard before, but never practiced seriously. Shadowing. Shadowing means listening to English and repeating it at the same time with no pause. It trains the ears, the mouth, and the brain together. It is one of the most powerful tools to understand fast English. But today is not about speaking. Today is about listening. So Sam decides to practice a simple version, silent shadowing. Silent shadowing means listening and moving the mouth quietly, without sound. It teaches your brain to feel the rhythm of English. It teaches your tongue to follow the melody. It teaches your ears to stay focused. Sam watches the barista speak to a new customer. Hey there. How are ya? What ya want today? He repeats it silently with his lips. Hey there, how are ya? What ya want today? No sound. Just movement. He feels the rhythm. He feels the flow. He feels the movement of the mouth. Suddenly, the English does not feel foreign anymore. Feels familiar. Natural. Soft. The barista continues. Yep, no problem. When I got you here, why go? Sam silently repeats each phrase. Yep, no problem. When I got you here, why go? He feels his lips moving smoothly. He feels his mind catching the words faster. He feels his ears predicting the next sound. This is the moment everything starts to change. Because when your mouth learns the rhythm of English, your ears begin to understand that rhythm too. Listening and speaking are connected. They train each other. Sam feels a warm energy inside him. A feeling of progress. A feeling of I can do this. A feeling of growth. He remembers the first moment he heard the fast-speaking man and felt lost. Now he looks at the same man, now speaking again, fast as always, but this time Sam is not afraid. He catches. Gonna head out. I'll call you later. Lemme know. Sounds good. See you soon. He understands. Not every word, but enough. enough to feel confident, enough to feel strong, enough to feel joy, real joy, from listening to English. Sam whispers softly to himself, "My ears are learning. My brain is relaxing. English is becoming clear." He looks around the cafe feeling proud, and then he takes a deep breath and thinks, "I'm ready for more." Because this is only the beginning of ear training, the beginning of understanding, the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where English does not feel fast or scary, but musical, natural, and familiar. Sam finishes his coffee. He sits back in his chair. He closes his eyes for a moment, and he tells himself something simple but powerful. If I keep listening like this, everything will change. He opens his eyes with a soft smile. This is the moment the transformation begins. When you listen to fast English every day, something begins to change inside you, even when you don't notice it at first. And today, my friend, I want to take you into a moment that almost every English learner experiences. A moment that feels magical, surprising, and unbelievable. A moment when the brain suddenly says, "Wait, I understood that. I really did." And that moment can change everything. So let's walk into that moment together. Welcome back to JBC English Learning Academy. I'm so happy you're here, still listening, still learning, still growing. You're doing better than you think. Now imagine this with me. You are sitting in a small coffee shop. You order your drink, sit down, and take a deep breath. You're feeling relaxed. Behind you, two native English speakers begin talking. At first, their words sound fast, light, almost like music. The sounds blend together like a soft river moving over stones. You don't understand everything. You're not even trying. You're just listening. And then it happens. Suddenly, a sentence rises out of the river. A clear shape, a meaning, a message, and your brain lights up like a small fire. Oh, I understood that. Maybe they say something like, "Hey, I'll be there in a minute." Or maybe, "Did you see what happened yesterday?" Or maybe, "I can't believe she said that." Something simple, something small, but your heart jumps. You smile without meaning to. You look around like someone just handed you a gift, because this tiny moment means something big. You are changing. Your brain is learning. You can understand real English. And friend, that moment is coming for you too. Let's talk about how and why it happens. You see, learning English is like growing a plant. You water it. You give it sunlight. But it does not grow in front of your eyes. It grows quietly, secretly, in tiny steps you cannot see. And then one day, boom, there's a leaf. English works the same way. Every time you listen, your brain picks up small pieces. It notices rhythm. It notices stress. It notices the tiny sounds that connect words. And suddenly, one day, all those pieces join together. This is the moment when everything clicks. I remember a learner named Hannah. She told me she listened to English every day for months. She said nothing changed. She didn't feel smarter. She didn't feel faster. She didn't feel stronger. But she kept going. And then one day she was watching a movie. A character spoke quickly, very quickly. And suddenly she sat up straight. She understood the whole sentence. Not slowly, not piece by piece, but instantly, naturally, like a flash of light. And she said the same words you will say one day. "Why does this feel so easy now?" And I smiled and said, "Because you didn't stop." This moment happens because your brain loves patterns. Native English speakers speak fast, but they follow patterns. They reduce words in predictable ways. They stress certain syllables in predictable ways. They connect sounds in predictable ways. And when your brain hears these patterns again and again, something deep inside begins to click into place. You stop hearing noise. You start hearing meaning. And this is the moment I want to take you to next. Imagine you're watching a YouTube video, and the speaker says something quickly. What I want to do later? Normally, that sounds impossible. Too fast. Too blurry. Too strange. But one day, your brain suddenly breaks it apart. What do you want to do later? And suddenly you understand it. Without slowing it down. Without subtitles. Without stress. You just understand. And that moment feels like the world opening. Now you might be thinking, but when will that moment happen for me? And the answer is sooner than you think. You're already training your ear right now. With every word you hear in this video. With every sentence you shadow. With every story you let enter your brain. You are building the pathways that make understanding automatic. You are preparing for your click moment. But let me be honest with you. This moment does not come from studying grammar books. It does not come from memorizing long lists of vocabulary. It comes from real listening. Daily listening. Enjoyable listening. Listening without pressure. Without fear. Without the need to understand everything. It comes from being relaxed, calm, open. Because a relaxed brain learns fast. A stressed brain learns nothing. And that's why we are here together. That's why this video exists. To help you relax into English. To help you let English flow into your ears like water. To help you feel the language instead of fighting it. To help you grow your confidence one simple moment at a time. So let's go back to that coffee shop for a moment. You are sitting there. The sounds around you mix together. You're listening soft and open. And then one sentence jumps out. And then another. And another. Soon you start catching small phrases. Funny jokes. Little comments. Opinions. Reactions. You feel like you're entering a secret world. A world where English is no longer fast. No longer scary. No longer impossible. A world where English is simply English, and you can follow it. And that brings us to something important. When the click moment comes, do not doubt it. Do not say, oh, that was just luck. Do not say, maybe that sentence was easy. No. Celebrate it. Smile. Tell yourself, yes, this is real. I am changing. Because confidence grows from recognition. And recognition grows from awareness. So when the moment happens, honor it. Feel it. Remember it. Now let's talk about something special that happens after the click moment. Once you understand one fast sentence, your brain becomes hungry. It wants more. It wants to understand again. And again. And again. Your listening grows faster. Your understanding grows deeper. Your fear grows smaller. Every day you become a little more natural, a little more confident. So let me ask you something. Are you ready for your moment? Are you ready to hear fast English and feel calm instead of confused? Are you ready to listen without panicking? Because today you're learning how to reach that moment sooner. You're training your ears to relax. You're learning the patterns of spoken English. And slowly, without notice, you're building your own click moment. Stay with me. The journey is getting exciting now. In the next section, we will go even deeper. We will explore the secret world of connected speech, the real reason English sounds so fast. Once you understand this world, English will feel smoother, lighter, clearer. And your ears will begin to open even more. Take a slow breath. You're doing amazing. Before we move forward, let me ask you a small question. Have you ever listened to a native English speaker and thought, where are the words? Why do they sound so different from what I learned? If you have, then today's section might feel like a light turning on inside your mind. Because this is the moment when we step into the secret world that makes English sound fast, soft, and sometimes confusing. A world that every beginner struggles with, but one that becomes beautiful once you understand it. And this world is called connected speech. Welcome back to JBC English Learning Academy. I'm glad you're still here, still learning, still growing. Today, I want you to imagine something simple. Imagine English words are tiny boats on a river. When you see them in books or on worksheets, they sit separately. Each boat stands alone. I want to go to the store. But when native speakers talk, those boats begin to float closer, faster, smoother until they touch. They join. They glide. And suddenly you don't hear separate boats anymore. You hear one long flowing sound. I want to go to the store. And that's where the confusion begins. Let me show you a small example. When you learn a phrase like put it on, you learn 3 clear words. Put on. Very neat. Very clean. But native speakers don't talk like this. Instead, they connect the sounds and say put in. And suddenly you think, wait, what was that? You know the words, but you don't recognize the sound. And this makes English feel fast. But here's the special truth, the truth that many learners don't know. Native English speakers are not actually speaking fast. They are connecting sounds. They are blending. They are smoothing. It's not speed, it's style. And once you learn this style, you begin to understand fast English in a natural way. Imagine you're listening to a friend speak. They say, "What ya doin'?" You might think this is a special new sentence. But it's not. It's simply, what are you doing? With the sounds connected. Connected speech is like English wearing comfortable clothes. Soft. Loose. Easy. It's how people speak when they feel relaxed. Now imagine you're listening to a short sentence like, I'm going to eat later. If a teacher says this, it might sound like, I am going to eat later. Clear. Slow. Perfect. But a native speaker might say, I'm gonna eat later. Or even faster, I'm gonna eat later. And suddenly you feel lost. But don't worry, you're not lost. You're just hearing connected speech. Let me take you inside the patterns. Native speakers often drop sounds, especially the small ones. The T in want to becomes soft or disappears completely. Want to becomes wanna. The T in get it becomes a soft D sound. Get it becomes get it. The U in did you becomes Jew. So did you eat? Becomes did jeet. Sounds different. It looks different. But the meaning is the same. And here's something interesting. Your brain learns these patterns by listening, not by studying. No textbook can give you the real sound of got to turning into gotta. But your ears can learn it naturally if you listen often enough. And you're doing that right now. Now let me tell you a little story. A learner named Santiago once told me, I understand English in movies only when people speak slowly. When they speak fast, I feel like they're speaking a different language. I asked him to describe what he heard. He said, it sounds like one long word. And I smiled because he was right. Fast English does sound like one long word because it is connected. It's not broken. It flows like water. So we tried a small exercise. I said the sentence, did you see it? Slowly, clearly, carefully. He understood it. Then I said the same sentence the way a native speaker would. Did ya see it? And I watched his face light up. Oh, he said. That's the sound I always hear. And that moment changed everything for him. Because once you recognize the connection, the fear disappears. And friend, I want the same for you. So let's walk deeper into this world. Picture native English like a smooth piece of cloth. There are no hard edges, no sharp cuts, only gentle connections. When one word ends with a consonant and the next begins with a vowel, native speakers connect them. Turn it off becomes turn it off. When two vowels meet, one becomes soft. I saw it becomes I saw it. When small words appear between big ones, they get lighter. A lot of becomes a lotta. Little by little, your ears begin to hear these things. And when you do, fast English slows down, stops feeling scary. It starts feeling familiar, friendly, natural. Let me give you another gentle example. Take the sentence, I don't know. When we learn it in school, we say each word separately. I don't know. But native speakers don't talk like that. They say, I dunno. Very soft, very quick, very connected. The first time you hear, I dunno, it feels new. But with practice it becomes normal. And that is the magic of connected speech. It turns short sentences into beautiful flowing sounds. And once your ear can hear them, your listening improves in a natural, relaxed way. You begin to catch meaning without thinking. You begin to understand without stopping. You begin to feel English, not just study it. So let me ask you something important. Are you starting to hear the flow? Are you starting to feel how soft and smooth natural English really is? If not yet, it's okay. You're learning. You're opening your ears. You're moving forward. This process takes time. But every time you listen, you improve. And your brain is listening even when you think it isn't. In the next section, we're going to take everything we've learned so far and use it in a real listening moment. I'll create a short story told in fast natural English, and you will learn to understand it step by step. This will help you build real-world listening confidence. It will help you prepare for real conversations. And it will help you feel calm when native speakers talk quickly. Before we begin this section, I want you to take one slow breath in and one slow breath out, because what we're about to do is special. Today, you will listen to your first real fast English story inside this video. But don't worry, you will not feel scared. You will not feel stressed. You will not feel lost. Because I, your English coach here at JBC English Learning Academy, will guide you step by step, slowly, clearly, gently. This section is like a small test, but a beautiful one. A confidence-building test. A story you can understand even when the English becomes fast. And when you finish this section, you will feel something powerful inside you. A feeling of, wow, I can really understand fast English. I didn't know I could do that. So let's begin. Imagine this. It is early morning. The sky is soft and quiet. The world feels slow. You step outside your home and begin walking to the bus stop. You hear birds. You hear distant cars. And then you hear a voice behind you. A friendly, cheerful voice speaking English. Two people are chatting as they walk past you. And even though they are speaking fast, something inside you says, let me try to catch this. Now I'm going to tell you their conversation exactly as a native speaker might say it. It will sound fast. It will sound connected. It will sound natural. But stay calm. Don't try to understand everything. Just let it wash over you like a soft wave. Ready? Here's the fast version. Hey, did ya get the thing I sent ya yesterday? Yeah, I got it, but I didn't have time to look at it. Oh, really? It's okay, it's not urgent. Yeah, I'll check it later on the bus. Alright, cool. Let me know what ya think. That was natural speed English. Smooth, connected, simple, but quick. And even if you didn't understand every word, don't worry. Because now I'm going to take your hand and walk you through it slowly. First sentence. Did ya get the thing I sent ya yesterday? This is the connected version of, did you get the thing I sent you yesterday? The sounds blend. Did you becomes did ya. Sent you becomes sent ya. This is normal. This is natural. And now this sound is no longer a mystery to you. Next sentence. Yeah, I got it, but I didn't have time to look at it. But in fast speech it becomes, yeah, I got it, but I didn't have time to look at it. Notice how the T disappears, how words glue together. Got it, have time, look at it, look at it. Slowly, your brain starts recognizing the sound patterns. Next, oh really? It's okay, it's not urgent. In fast speech, oh really? Sakai, it's not urgent. A native speaker might drop the beginning of it's and it's again. Then, yeah, I'll check it later on the bus. Fast version, yeah, I'll check it later on a bus. On the becomes Anna. You've heard this before in movies and didn't realize it. Finally, alright, cool. Let me know what ya think. Fast version, alright, cool. Let me know what ya think. Let me becomes lemmy. What do you becomes what cha. Now something magical is happening. You're not just learning English. You're learning how English sounds. You're not just memorizing sentences. You're learning how real conversations flow. You're not just hearing fast English. You're understanding it. But we're not finished yet. Now I'm going to tell you the same fast conversation again. This time I want you to relax. Just listen. Don't try too hard. Let your brain do the work. Here it comes again. Hey, did ya get the thing I sent ya yesterday? Yeah, I got it, but I didn't have time to look at it. Oh really? Sakai, it's not urgent. Yeah, I'll check it later on a bus. Alright, cool. Let me know what ya think. How does it feel now? A little easier? A little more familiar? A little less scary? Good. That means your brain is learning the rhythm of English. Now let's go deeper. Imagine you are standing at the bus stop. You hear these two people talking behind you. First, maybe the sounds feel too fast. But as you listen more and more, you start catching pieces. A phrase, a word, a feeling, a meaning. And suddenly something inside you clicks. You understand what they're talking about. Not perfectly, but enough. Enough to follow the conversation. Enough to feel confident. Enough to feel proud. This is your brain growing. This is your listening improving. This is your future happening right now. Now let's slow down the story even more, just to help your brain relax. Imagine the situation. Two friends. A small conversation. No difficult words. No big grammar. Just life. Just sound. Just meaning. Native speakers talk like this every day. And now you can understand this kind of speech. Let's go through it line by line one more time, gently, like a soft walk through a quiet park. Did you get the thing I sent you yesterday? You can understand this. I got it, but I didn't have time to look at it. You understand this too. It's okay, it's not urgent. Still easy. I'll check it later on the bus. Easy. Let me know what you think. Perfect. Now you see something beautiful. The fast version is not a different language. It is the same language, just connected, just smoother, just softer. And you are learning to hear it. In the next section, we're going to go even deeper. We will talk about why your brain feels tired when listening to fast English, and how to keep your mind relaxed, calm, and focused so you understand more in real conversations. If you ever felt tired, heavy, confused, or lost while listening to native speakers, you are not alone. Every learner goes through this. And today, I will help you understand why it happens and how to stay calm, focused, and confident even when English feels fast. Let's begin with a picture. Imagine your brain is like a small child learning to walk. The first steps feel difficult. Every movement takes effort. The legs are shaking. The child tries again and again. But with time, something beautiful happens. Walking becomes natural, simple, automatic. The child doesn't have to think anymore. Your brain is doing the same thing with English. When you listen to your own language, your brain uses almost no energy. It's easy. It's automatic. You don't have to think about word boundaries. You don't have to think about grammar. You don't have to think about meaning. The understanding comes naturally. But when you listen to English, especially fast-spoken English, your brain works harder. It tries to split the sounds into words. It tries to find meaning. Tries to predict what comes next. It tries to fill in the missing pieces. It tries to understand the story. All of this requires energy. So of course you feel tired. Of course your brain feels heavy. This is not a sign of weakness. This is a sign of learning. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are listening to a native English speaker. They talk quickly. The words connect. The small sounds disappear. The rhythm is different from your language. Your brain is trying to run fast. It's trying to keep up. And suddenly, after a few minutes, you feel tired. This is normal. This is part of the process. Let me tell you a small story. A learner named Amir once told me, "I listen to English for 10 minutes and then I feel like my brain shuts down." I asked him, "Do you feel the same when you listen to your own language?" He said, "No, not at all. I can listen for hours." And I smiled and said, "That means your brain is learning something new. Because here's the truth. Your brain gets tired when it is growing. Just like your muscles get tired when you exercise. But here's the beautiful part. With practice, the tiredness gets smaller. And the confidence gets bigger. Now let's talk about something very important. The secret to staying calm when listening. Because when your brain feels tired, you might panic. You might think, "I'm not good enough." You might think, "I will never understand fast English." But that is not true. You just need the right mindset. Let's begin with this. You do not need to understand everything. Let me say it again. You do not need to understand every word to understand English. Native speakers don't understand every word either. They understand ideas, feelings, intentions, the general message. Let me give you an example. If someone says, "He was like, kinda upset 'cause she didn't really want to go," you might not catch every sound, but you understand the meaning. He was upset because she didn't want to go. That is enough. Understanding English is not about perfection. It's about meaning. Now let's talk about how to stay calm while listening to fast speech. First, relax your shoulders. When you panic, your body becomes tight. Your mind becomes tight. And when your mind is tight, it cannot hear clearly. Relax your body and your listening becomes easier. Second, don't chase every word. If you run behind every word, you get lost. Instead, let the words come to you. Let them flow like water. Focus on the feeling, not the details. Third, accept that you will miss some sounds. This is normal. Missing some sounds is part of natural listening. English is full of soft sounds that even native speakers don't pronounce clearly. You don't need to catch everything. Fourth, listen for rhythm, not for grammar. Fast English is carried by rhythm. Rises, falls, stress, pauses. Your ears understand rhythm faster than grammar. Let the rhythm guide you. Fifth, take small breaks. Just like muscles, your brain needs rest. Listen for a few minutes. Then stop. Then listen again. This builds strength without stress. And now, something very important. The calmer you are, the more you understand. Your brain learns best when it feels safe. Your brain listens best when it feels relaxed. Your brain grows fastest when it feels calm. And that is why you're here with me listening to a gentle, slow, friendly voice. Because this environment helps your brain open. This mood helps your ears wake up. This feeling helps the language enter your mind without fear. You are doing more than learning English. You are training your brain to stay calm in a new language. You are training yourself to feel confident even when the sounds are fast. You are training your listening muscles. And soon, something beautiful will happen. Fast English will feel slower. Long sentences will feel lighter. Connected speech will feel natural. Your brain will feel stronger. In the next section, we're going to take everything you've learned and use it to build listening habits that transform your fluency forever. Habits that make English feel natural. Habits that make understanding automatic. Habits that take you to the next level. You've listened, repeated, shadowed, imagined, and followed the story of understanding fast English in real life. And now, in this final moment, I want you to sit back, breathe slowly, and let the story settle inside you like a warm light. Because this is the part where everything comes together. Let me take you into the last scene of our learning journey. Imagine yourself walking outside in the early morning. The air is cool. The streets are quiet. And you feel calm, confident, and ready. The world feels bigger, but it also feels friendlier. Because you understand more now. You understand English more than before. And you understand yourself more than before. You keep walking and the sun slowly rises, painting the sky with soft gold. As you walk, you hear people talking. You hear cars passing. You hear birds. Maybe you hear music coming from a shop. And suddenly, something beautiful happens. You realize that you're no longer afraid of fast English. You're no longer scared of missing something. You don't panic anymore. You don't freeze. You don't feel lost. Instead, you feel curious, peaceful, ready. Because now, when you hear fast English, you think differently. You don't focus on every single word. You focus on meaning. You listen with your heart, not only your ears. You remember to relax. You remember to let the words flow like water. You remember that fast English is not a problem. It's just sound. It's just rhythm. It's just music. And now you know how to hear the music behind the words. As you walk, you pass two people talking quickly. You don't know them. You're not part of the conversation. But their fast English doesn't scare you anymore. You catch a phrase, then another, then a small piece of meaning. And then slowly the full picture appears. You understand the main idea. You understand the feeling behind their voices. You understand the conversation not perfectly but naturally enough. And you smile. Because this moment shows your growth. This moment shows your journey. This moment shows that understanding fast English is not about being perfect. It's about staying open, relaxed, confident, connected, just like you are right now. Now imagine you walk into a small cafe. The door opens with a soft sound, and the warm smell of coffee surrounds you. There are people inside talking, laughing, ordering food. The voices mix together like music again. Fast, light, natural. You step inside. You listen. And you can follow the rhythm. You can understand the energy of the room. You feel comfortable in this English-speaking space. You choose a seat. You sit down. You take a slow breath. And you whisper to yourself, "Wow, I really can do this." You order your drink. The barista speaks quickly, but you don't panic. You understand enough. And even if you miss one word, you stay relaxed. You smile politely. You speak simply and clearly. And the conversation goes smoothly. Not because the English is easy, but because you are calmer now. You realize something important here. Fast English doesn't change. People don't suddenly speak slower. The world doesn't adjust itself for you. But you have changed. Your mind is stronger. Your ear is sharper. Your confidence is higher. Your fear is smaller. Your listening is more natural. You look outside through the cafe window. People passing by. Cars moving. Clouds drifting. Life continues. And you realize that English, just like life, moves fast. But you don't need to catch everything. You only need to flow with it. Just like you're doing right now. Let me tell you a small truth here. A truth I want you to remember always. You don't need perfect English to understand fast English. You don't need a big vocabulary. You don't need many grammar rules. You only need presence. You only need calm. You only need practice. And you've been practicing with me step by step, moment by moment, breath by breath. This whole journey we shared, the stories, the practice, the imagination, the shadowing, they have built something powerful inside you. Something invisible but real. Something soft but strong. A new listening instinct. From today on, every time you hear fast English, your brain will begin to catch more. Every day, little by little, you will understand more. Every week, your ear will become faster. Every month, you will feel more natural. Because listening never grows in one day. It grows slowly like a tree. And your tree is growing beautifully. You are growing beautifully. Now imagine you leave the cafe. The door closes behind you gently. The sunlight is brighter now. You walk again on the street with a quiet confidence inside you. You feel a new sense of power. A new voice inside your mind tells you, I can understand fast English. I can learn. I can grow. I can do this. And you smile again, because you know it's true. Before we end this long journey, let me speak to you heart to heart. You are not slow. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are learning. You are improving. You are growing every single day. And you should be proud of that. Understanding fast English is not a moment. It's a path. And today you are on that path with steady steps. So let this final moment be your promise to yourself. I will keep listening. I will keep practicing. I will keep growing. I will not give up. You close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow breath. And this time you feel ready. Ready for real conversations. Ready for real English. Ready for real life. And as you open your eyes, you whisper softly, let's begin. Thank you, my friend, for walking through this long story with me here at JBC English Learning Academy. I'm proud of your patience. I'm proud of your focus. I'm proud of your growth. You've become stronger, clearer, and more confident. And that is the real transformation. Whenever you need more listening practice, more slow storytelling, more natural English, just come back. I will be right here. Thank you so much for joining today's lesson here at JBC English Learning Academy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below telling me what you want to learn next. Your support helps the channel grow and helps me create more lessons for you. Take care, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next class.